Why do you need to live more authentically? Because when you are aligning to a more authentic version of yourself, you can bring fulfillment and meaning to your life in a way that will allow you to move forward and progress through to a new and better version of yourself. Living more authentically will also allow you to choose the people around you in a more positive way. So if you feel right now that you are living in conflict with people, or perhaps have found yourself in a toxic relationship, or maybe just realizing that the people around you are not making you feel positive, then allowing yourself to be more authentic in your day-to-day life, to live in a way that is true to you, will bring you to a point where you can make better choices about the people you spend your time with and the things you spend your time doing. The first practice that you can start doing today to get to a point where you are more authentic is journaling. Now, a lot of people talk about journaling, but many people don't really know the best way to start. If you're not someone who is already journaling, then it can feel daunting or maybe just unnecessary to pick up a pen and start writing down on a piece of paper what you've done with your day. Now, if you're interested in doing a deep dive into the importance of journaling, you can check out this video here where I go into the nitty-gritty of journaling and give you some journal prompts and allow you to take that journey into journaling and why it is so important. But what you need to know right now about how it can get you to a place of living more authentically is that by journaling, you are getting in touch with a version of yourself that is more true to who you actually are, because it is you in your personal space without the influences of other people. When you are able to write down your thoughts and your feelings and what you've gone through in the day without worrying about what other people are going to say, because no one is ever going to know what you've written down, then you can access this truer version of yourself. It can be hard to get into the habit of journaling if you're not already there. So what I suggest is that you allocate specific times in the day where you are going to commit to the act of journaling. All you need to do is put aside 5 or 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be hours upon hours that you're going to spend burrowed away in writing down all of your thoughts and dreams. It can be as simple as 5 or 10 minutes in the morning or in the evening or during your lunch break. It doesn't matter when it happens. What's important is that it happens. So commit to yourself right now that you're going to start this practice so that you can begin to live a more authentic life. Studies show us that those who journal on a regular basis are healthier, happier, and even live longer. So the benefits are huge, and it's an easy act. All you need to do is make the decision to commit to it. Now, a lot of people ask, what should I write down when I'm journaling? Well, you can start with journal prompts. And if you're interested in finding a collection of journal prompts, do check out the description box below where I have put some links to some free resources that can help you discover the importance of journaling, but also how to even begin, how to get those journal prompts so that you can get involved in this practice. The second practice that I want to talk about here is giving gratitude. You may or may not have heard of this all-important practice. This is another one that is backed up by science that shows us people who practice gratitude can lower their anxiety, can improve their overall well-being, lower their blood pressure, and improve the relationships around them. The benefits of gratitude are huge. This is another one that people may have heard of, you may have heard of it, but not yet committed to the actual practice of it. You may be thinking, well, how do I start practicing gratitude? You may be thinking, what even is gratitude? Gratitude and the act of practicing gratitude is, again, setting some time aside and giving thanks for things in your life. That may be thanks for the people in your life, the circumstances in your life, the situation in your life, your health, your well-being, your job, your relationships, your pet, your house, whatever comes to mind when you sit down and ask yourself the question, what am I grateful for? I've done a deep dive into gratitude and you can find that here. There, I'm going to go into exactly how to practice gratitude on a deeper level. So if you feel like you have been dabbling in the act of practicing gratitude, I want you to check out that video, because there is a really simple system you can follow that allows you to go deeper into the practice of gratitude. What often happens is with these trending well-being practices, it can get very surfacey, and we all understand, oh, I should be practicing gratitude, without really understanding how to get deep into the practice to reap the rewards. Now, when I say getting deep into it, I don't mean that it takes a lot of work or effort. It's just about understanding how to maximize the benefit of the practice. But what you need to know right now is that committing, again, like we talked about with journaling, to practicing gratitude every day throughout the day will bring you to a more authentic place. Why? Because you're placing value on the things that matter to you, the things that mean something to you, and you're recognizing how much you have already. Being able to be open to the abundance in your life allows you to access an authentic and true version of yourself. And when you access it, it starts to course through you, and you can bring that authenticity to the surface. You can allow yourself to be guided by that authenticity on a daily basis. The final practice that will allow you to get to a place of greater authenticity with yourself is to do regular check-ins on your core values. Your core values are the things that matter most to you, that guide you in your daily decision-making and in your greater life choices. Your core values are a set of principles that you choose to live by. Now, the reason it is so important to make sure you're doing this on a regular basis is that values can change. And that's a good thing. It's important that we allow ourselves to evolve as we go through life. But a lot of people are still living with values that may have been put in place when they were a child and may no longer reflect who they are now or who they want to be. So ask yourself the question, what matters to me? What do I care most deeply about? And importantly, how do I want to be guided through my life? Checking in with your core values, understanding what they truly are right now at this point in time will allow you to make better decisions in your life. It will also allow you to align with that authentic version of yourself, that truest you, so that you can be happier as you go through each day. And you can check in and make sure that the things you are surrounding yourself with, the people, the places, the things that you do each and every day, the things that you look forward to, the things that are taking center stage in your life, you can make sure that those are active choices. When we don't check in with our core values on a regular basis, we can end up living by default. What I mean by that is that you end up living a version of your life that you're no longer actively participating in creating. Living by default means that you are just putting up with the things that have come into your life, things that may no longer serve you. Maybe they were active choices at one point, but if you're not regularly checking into your core values, then they're no longer active choices now. We need to choose every day to live the life we're living, to be with the people that we are with, to do the job that we're doing. It needs to be an active choice based on what your core values are. And that is how we get to a more authentic version of yourself. So those 3 practices, journaling, gratitude, and regularly checking in with your core values, will help you to get to that place of authenticity. So if you've been asking yourself, how can I be more authentic? How can I access an authentic version of myself? Or simply, how can I be more true to you? Then these practices are going to get you there. And when you're there, when you're living that authentic version of yourself, you will feel more at peace with yourself and your surroundings, and you will be able to live that best version of yourself.